Our nature is inherently ambitious, dreaming of what we want, reaching, acquiring, striving, grabbing, or even stealing. The only earthly restraints to this are the built-in checks and balances of our physical nature, such as the parasympathetic nervous system, which checks the sympathetic one. And then the law, social sanction, and fear. The law, sanction, and fear only restrain but do not change our fundamental ambitious, striving nature. Of course, the best restraint of all is conscience. But it was setting aside conscience that was Adam's ambitious mistake in the first place. We commit the same error over and over, setting aside conscience to get what we want or have been tempted to want. Adam had a choice, but we do it inherently. Then we compound matters by then again setting aside conscience when it makes us aware of our error. And the way we set it aside is by reaching again. For in the act of reaching, we become unaware. So this is very good stuff. So can you see that it was a reaching, it was a wanting, a dreaming of what he wanted, and then a movement. And that movement was the ambitious movement. And to this very day, everything we do practically has that ambition in it. We are restless. Our mind is always going from one thing to another. We want this and we want that. And we dream of getting this and that, and we reach for this, and we buy that. And we're always thinking of the next thing that we want, that we think will bring us fulfillment. You can be having a nice lunch, and while you're having your lunch, you can be thinking of what you're going to have for dinner. Always reaching. That's built into our nature. And what you have to see is that that's what you inherit. Okay? But you can also see that there's something wrong with that. Now, if you could see your error and bear seeing it in the light without trying to duck it, then a most wonderful thing happens. So what I'm going to do now is give you the solution to this. See, you can't change your own nature. The nature that you have, you can't change it. But you can observe it. You can stand back and observe it. Here's the thing. By not resenting what you see, and by quietly admitting your error, you now have a change of heart and mind about it. Before, whatever it was that you wanted and reached for, you excused, rationalized, and if things didn't work out, then you blamed others. And then you kept reaching over and over, hoping to force it to make good on its promise. But now you can see clearly in the light. You can see the lie, see your own weakness and your own wrong, and quietly admit that the truth is right when it shows you that you're wrong. Seeing that the truth does not lie when it shows you you're wrong, and humbly admitting it. You now come over to a right attitude. But something more has happened. You're conforming to the light. You believe the light and welcome it, though it be painful, and acknowledge God's laws as being true and having integrity. In other words, you have changed sides. Instead of being an enemy of truth, you're now a friend of truth. Now, welcoming conscience in your life, it becomes a cogent force. It restrains your ambitious, out-of-control nature. And as long as you remain close to your intuition, in other words, every day practicing your meditation and wanting it in your life, it begins to make changes. It saves you from sin and also gives you a new nature, one of God and answerable to God, as it restrains your animal proclivities and as it restores balance and health in your body. It also devastates the wrong identity that came from the world and that now lives through you and acts through you. Ambition was Adam's error, wanting to be God instead of knowing God. And to this day, we, the progeny of Adam, are ambitious for knowledge. For through raw knowledge we can know ourselves as gods, judging good from evil, making pronouncements, and seeking to impress others with our knowledge. By fact-fondling and manipulating word things, we know ourselves as gods. And that is why we are lost in our thinking all the time. We hope that the answer to our problems and the knowledge to make us great will emerge from our thinking. But we become subject to our imagination and to thinking and end up lost down there.